The Krellian Empire had ruled 17 star systems for 3 millennia. Their crystalline warships, powered by quantum cores that bent space itself, had never lost a battle. When they detected the tiny human settlement on Kepler 442b, they barely registered it as worthy of their attention, just another primitive colony to be swept aside during their expansion. Commander Vextor's fleet arrived at dawn, local time. 300 warships descended through the atmosphere, their hulls gleaming like obsidian daggers against the orange sky. Below them, the village of New Haven looked pathetically small, perhaps 5,000 humans, living in prefabricated shelters and tending to hydroponic farms. "Commence cleansing protocol," Vextor ordered, his 4 arms moving across the command interface with practiced efficiency. The Krellians had done this countless times before. A quick orbital bombardment, then ground troops to eliminate survivors. Simple, clean, efficient. The first plasma volley struck empty ground. Vextor's secondary eyes narrowed. The targeting systems showed direct hits, but the village remained untouched, as if the plasma had simply moved around it. He ordered a second volley, then a third. Each time, the devastating weapon's fire curved away at the last moment, scorching useless furrows in the surrounding landscape. "Sir," his tactical officer clicked nervously, "the humans appear to have some form of defensive field, but our sensors detect nothing." What the Krellians didn't know, what they couldn't have known, was that New Haven wasn't just any human settlement. It was a retirement community for Earth's military engineers. The same engineers who had spent decades developing theoretical defense systems that Earth's government had deemed too expensive or unnecessarily complex to implement. Maria Rodriguez, former head of Earth's Experimental Warfare Division, stood in the village square with her neighbors. Her gray hair was pulled back in a practical bun as she watched the alien fleet through binoculars. "Remember the gravity well projector I could never get funding for?" she asked the man beside her. Thomas Wright, who'd designed stealth systems for 30 years before his pension, chuckled. "The one that redirects energy weapons using localized spatial distortion? Good thing we had all those spare parts from the mining operation." The Krellians, frustrated by their weapons' failure, deployed ground forces. Thousands of warriors in powered armor descended on gravity sleds, their plasma rifles charging with ominous hums. They advanced in perfect formation, a tide of professional soldiers against a village of elderly humans. The first wave simply disappeared. Not destroyed, not vaporized, they just vanished between one step and the next. The second wave found themselves suddenly firing on their own command posts, their targeting systems somehow inverted. The third wave's armor began dissolving, the molecular bonds failing in patterns that spelled out "Go home" in Krellian script. In the village's community center, now serving as an impromptu command post, James Morrison connected another cable to his jury-rigged quantum computer. The 70-year-old had spent his career in military intelligence, specializing in xenopsychology and electronic warfare. "Their military protocols are embarrassingly predictable," he muttered, uploading another virus into the Krellian fleet network. Within hours, the mighty Krellian armada was in chaos. Ships fired on each other. Navigation systems led them in circles. Food replicators produced only images of human cuisine with rating stars and review comments. Every military communication was replaced with episodes of ancient Earth entertainment, specifically chosen for maximum confusion. But the humans weren't cruel. When Krellian soldiers surrendered, they were given food, water, and medical attention. The villagers even fixed their sabotaged equipment, after removing all weapons capabilities, of course. The Empire's response was swift and massive. They sent their entire core fleet, pulling ships from every conquered world. The humans of New Haven watched them approach and activated their masterpiece, a virus that had been spreading through Krellian networks since the first ship arrived. Not malicious, but designed to broadcast one simple truth on every screen, every communication device, every public display in Krellian space. The complete, unedited footage of their military's attempted genocide and subsequent humiliation by a village of human retirees. The Krellian Empire, built on the myth of their invincibility, collapsed within days. Revolution erupted on every world. Their subjects, seeing the mighty fleet defeated by a handful of elderly humans, rose up simultaneously. 6 months later, when the dust settled, the grateful liberated worlds offered humanity anything they wanted. The residents of New Haven asked for just one thing: the former Krellian capital, which they turned into the galaxy's first truly neutral diplomatic zone. The village council still meets every Tuesday, though now they discuss interstellar trade agreements instead of bingo schedules. A small plaque by the door reads, "Never underestimate a species that grows stronger when threatened, and never, ever, underestimate their grandparents. Retriclod can make mistakes. Please double-check responses."